My name is Darryl Dann, and I'm a licensed archaeologist, and I have been working most recently with the washing the artifacts from 275 Thames Street, which is affectionately known as the Fugitive Slave Chapel. It's the former Fugitive Slave Chapel.
How did you hear about this project?
I'm a member of LATCH, it's the London Advisory Committee on Heritage, and demolition order came in and we heard about it, and that was the first time that I realized, a number of people on the committee knew that the 275 Thames had been the site of the former slave chapel. So when that came to our attention, I recommended Timmins Martelle Heritage Consultants because I knew they had a passion for and experience with archaeology that had to do with early black history in Ontario. And it was something they really felt strongly about. So they made a proposal, and that proposal went through, and at that point my job was really done. But knowing some of the people at Timmins Martelle, I offered my services because funding was an issue for this program, as it continues to be. And so because I had a research license, I came on, and John Sweeney is the project coordinator. He has a professional license, and I worked with him basically as his assistant field director in the field. And so we ran the excavations in the summer, and what we're doing now is cleaning all the artifacts that came up.
Great. So your role with this project then, would you say, is more volunteer coordination or artifact?
Yeah, it has been largely. Now, I also was a field hand, so when we were doing the test pitting, it was John, and it was Nicole Brandon, who works in their lab, and myself, and the three of us did that. A crew from Timmins Martelle came and did a lot of the stage 2 squares, and I worked alongside of them. So at that point, I was part of the field crew. And then it shifted. So when we got to stage 4, we had some days as many as 21 volunteers, and other days we'd have 4 or 5. So John was clearly in charge. I was his backup, so if someone needed help, I was helping with that. The advantage to that was I had worked extensively with Dr. Ellis from Western, supervising volunteers before. I'd done other public archaeology digs where I had helped supervise people, so it was really a learning opportunity, because if you're just coming to work, it's not necessarily a lot of fun. So we tried to set it up so that people were not only doing what needed to be done, but they were learning as they went through the process, and it was just a really good fit for us, and John and I got along really well, and so it worked out to be a really good working relationship. Nicole, partway through, said, "Who's going to wash all these artifacts?" And I said, "Well, I'll help." And so that's what I've been doing. So right now, the volunteers are washing the artifacts. I washed a few of them, but basically I'm just coordinating this and making sure that we keep track of all the artifacts and that they end up, we haven't lost their context, we know where they came from. They're just now clean and rebagged and ready for them to do their cataloging and assessment of what they are.
Great. All right, okay. Well, thank you very much.
And my pleasure.